Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to be doing the review of the Cells Radial cut gloves. I have a lot of things to say about these, so I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible because, like I said, I have a lot of things to say and I don't want to make this video too long, so let's get right into it. So guys, first off, we'll just start by talking about the glove. It's very much like the VG3, except it's rolled on the outside. You see the cut is rolled on the outside on the index finger and the pinky, as well as a double wrap thumb. It's a full latex thumb with a little slit there with some Outlast material, which is made to keep your hands warm in the cold and cool in the hot. And I found that this worked quite well. I never really noticed it, which is what you want. You don't really want to notice the temperature of your hands making you too uncomfortable. So I never really noticed the temperature of my hands getting too uncomfortable, and that's exactly what the Outlast is supposed to do. Now, the Outlast is in the extremities of the gloves. It's in the insides, as well as where the dry fit would be usually. It's also in the gussets, which is a really important area, and I found that these didn't really rip. That's very good. It was somewhat durable. Now guys, I would recommend giving these a pre-wash. There's a lot of fluff that comes on the gloves, and it just wears them in a little bit more since it is a mostly latex glove. It comes very stiff out of the package, so you want to get it nice and worn in before you use it, so I would recommend a pre-wash. Now another thing I want to talk about is this strap. Now this strap is a really nice fit, but what I would complain about is there's too much velcro on it. So what I mean is it's somewhat difficult to get off of the wrist, as you can see. It's I guess when you're playing it's nice because the strap never comes off really, but when you're trying to open it up it's a bit of a hassle, which I noticed and was kind of annoying. And we'll get into that later in the video, its consequences of being kind of difficult to remove from the wrist. Now another complaint I have about these is I'm not extremely happy with the expanded fingers. As you can see on the pinky, it's barely a roll, which makes for, like I said in the unboxing, it's less for the cut and kind of more for the comfort. There's not a lot of expanding going on. It's a little bigger on the index, which is nice, and a very small on the pinky. Now what I've seen on ProDirect and different websites that offer the radial cuts is the retail version that's coming in for the new season. This is the World Cup version. The seasonal version, the cut on the pinky is much more expanded. So that's something I noticed, something that I didn't like. So one of my complaints about this glove is the rolls on the outside are too small and they're not comfortable. Now guys, what we'll get into, the strap, like I said, it's difficult to remove, and the problem with this is it rips. And as you see here, it's somewhat of a large rip, which is really disappointing. These are 80-pound, $150 gloves, and for them to be ripping within the first 3 uses of me using them is it's a deal breaker to me. That's just simply not good enough from Cells. And this hasn't only been happening to me. I've seen this on other people's gloves, you know, Dicko's in particular. Check out Dicko's channel. This happened to his glove and the whole part of it separated, and it's not good enough for a pair of $150 gloves. They need to be paying attention to that, and this is the new model of the glove, so what that tells me is Cells didn't really properly address this issue because it's somewhat common, and like I said, it's just simply not good enough. Now guys, these are phenomenal gloves. The grip is great, the durability is okay, the fit is nice, and they're really comfortable, but to me, this is a deal breaker. I know some of my viewers, they tell me they only get 1, 2, maybe 3 pairs of gloves a season, and for these to be ripping within 2 uses is ridiculous, really. It's really ridiculous. That for the amount you pay for these gloves, you really expect them something better. The palm, yeah, you expect a little bit of durability issues because this is a pro grade level glove. Their main focus is the palm, and they've done the easy part, you know what I mean? Like, they made a phenomenal palm. The grip is fantastic, and I guess the easy parts have kind of escaped them. You know, the materials they've used on the backhand obviously are not durable. They haven't really compensated for the large strap and the velcro, and you know, that's what you get in return. It's not acceptable. That's just not good enough. There's no point having a really amazing palm if you're only going to get to have like 5 uses out of it before the whole glove falls apart because of the materials they use on the backhand. Now, I contacted Cells through their website about 2 weeks ago, addressing the problem, and I haven't gotten a response yet within 2 weeks, so I don't know. I don't really know what I'm going to do about this. It's really disappointing because of how much, you know, you pay for these gloves, and it's just really unfortunate because there was so much potential in these gloves to do well. They have a phenomenal palm, it's full latex, the Outlast material, they put in so much work into the glove, and, you know, the simple things like that just fall apart, and in turn, it really ruins the gloves, because if you're only going to get 3 uses out of them, there's really no point in buying these. I would love to give them a good review, but like I've said many times, this is a deal breaker. I'm sorry, you should not get these gloves for $150. This is just ridiculous. At this point, I'm not really looking forward to using my Silhouette gloves because the materials used on the Silhouette are very, very similar, and in particular, they're almost identical on the wrist, which is what kind of ruined this glove. So I'm disappointed. Obviously, I've expressed my views, and it's really upsetting. I know I said that a lot, but it's just not good enough by Cells. If people are gonna pay $150 for this glove, it's the attention to detail that matters, and on the wrist, they haven't done a good job, quite frankly. And like I said, these are not worth the money that you pay for them. In conclusion, guys, like I've said, I cannot recommend these gloves to you. As an alternative, I would recommend the VG3s. They're about $50 cheaper, or probably about 20-25 pounds cheaper than the Radial cut ones. And although they're not as comfortable as the Radial cut ones, I've never had a pair of VG3s that I've ripped on the backhand, or obviously you're gonna get durability issues on the palm. But I'd recommend the VG3s over these 10 times out of 10 because you can actually use them for a long time without them completely falling apart. Alright guys, thank you for watching my review. I'm sorry it wasn't a positive one, but there's not a lot we can do with that. It's just ridiculous. Thank you for watching the review. If it helped you or if you enjoyed it, please click the like button and subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.